What is going on, guys? Noah Brewer here, back again with another video, and today we're going to be doing series number 2 of my full TikTok ads training series. So before we get into this, I do want to say that if you have not seen series number 1, jump over to my YouTube channel and make sure that you watch series number 1. This is intended to be watched in order, and I'm also giving you homework on things to do before moving into the next steps. If you haven't done the homework, get your ass back over to series number 1 and start doing that. So now that you've got your 15 products, let's roll through. So why did I have you find 15 products? I got great news and I got not so great news. We're only going to be using 3 of them. Now maybe you caught on to this from the last video. I mentioned that we were going to be testing 3 products. But the reason we built a list of 15 is because you want options. You don't want to be testing the only products that you find. Like, I know a lot of people will find one product and then test that one product. This is not the way that I recommend doing things. I recommend finding a plethora of products that you think could perform well, and then go in and pick out maybe 10 to 20% of them, just so that you can be as picky as possible and you're only testing products that you truly think could do well. Doesn't mean that we're throwing away the other ones. Go ahead and keep them on your list just in case you do want to test them, but we are going to be picking out only 3. For you overachievers, I mentioned it that you can find more than 15 if you want. Feel free to pick more than 3, but make sure you pick at least 3, and you're going to have the absolute best products out of anybody here. If you did the work and you did the extra work, then good job. You're going to be able to pick out 3 really good products for this training. And by the way, I do this myself as well. For like every 5 products that I add to my product list, I only end up testing like 1 to 3 of them. So it's not alone. I'm not making you do shit that I wouldn't do myself. Trust me, you really want a plethora of products to be able to choose from, because you don't want to feel forced to test out shitty products just because it's all that you have. Think of abundance. Think in a way that can get you to, only testing out really high quality products. So the next step, once you have your 3 products, obviously we're going to be choosing out 1 to start. So if you want to start with 1, you're going to have to get creatives for that 1 product. If you want to start with 3, you're going to have to get creatives with those 3 products. I recommend starting with 1 because we are going to be doing a 1 product store as a part of this, which we'll cover in this video. So there's essentially 3 different ways that you can get creatives. We'll talk briefly about, the pros and cons of each method and exactly how to do them. So method number 1 is essentially repurposing content. This is going to be your quickest and easiest way. This is really good for just like a quick test. But one thing that you're going to want to do is, if you do find a winning product using this method, you're going to have to move on to either method number 2 or method number 3 as soon as possible. Usually I recommend, if you get to a point where you get 10 sales, move into method number 2 or method number 3, order the product and make your ad yourself, or order, custom UGC ads from an agency. But if you're just product testing and you're on a tight budget, repurposing existing content is a perfectly okay way to get your ads. I just wanted to, push the point that you want to move away from it as soon as possible. Method number 2 is ordering the product and making the ad yourself. This is a little bit cheaper than using an agency. It's also another good way to get custom content. Could be a pain in the ass, right? It just depends on you and what you got going on. This is really great though if you're good with copywriting and you're good with making ads. Maybe you have camera experience or whatever. Just make sure that you follow the UGC style and that it's native to the TikTok platform. We're not making commercials here. We're making user-generated content, which I'll show you an example of what that looks like here in a minute. The third method that you can use is hiring an agency such as Viral Ecom Ads, which I have to disclose to you is my agency. We built it for myself initially, and now we offer it to people that follow me, and we use it with the agency clients to bring them the best results possible. So you know that you're getting proven UGC custom content. This is a little bit more expensive and it takes a little bit longer than maybe if you did it yourself. But also keep in mind that we have optimized this service to bring you the best results. So if you're somebody who has a little bit of a bigger budget, you want the entire process of getting custom ads automated, and if you want to give the products the highest chance of working, this is going to be your best option. Like I said, it's going to take a little bit longer. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass process, but this is how TikTok works. You need custom content UGC if you want to be able to give the products the highest chance of scaling. So now that you know how to get your creatives, make sure that you go and order those. But let's talk about for a second building your store. Now, I'm not going to show you exactly how to build your store. I actually made a video on this and I already covered how to build one product stores efficiently. I would highly recommend going to check out that video. It's on my YouTube channel. You might have to dig a little bit, or you can just search up Noah Brewer building store efficiently. It'll probably come up. Essentially, what we're going to be doing is a one product store with a home page and a product page. So we're not going to be doing any crazy crazy graphics, and I'll show you an example here in a second. And one of the things that I would recommend doing is doing a custom domain and a logo for each product that you test. I know this is going to cost like an extra 10-15 bucks if you're buying a new domain, but you can make logos really easily. I covered it in that store build video. I showed you how to make a logo and how to buy a domain and all that nitty-gritty stuff. It is worth doing. It does increase your success rate. We split tested it with, general domains and general stores, and this is the way to do it. I want to give you guys the highest chance of finding a winning product during this training, so this is what I'm recommending if you want to follow this training to a T. Make sure that you're doing a custom domain and a custom logo for every product that you are testing. I do have 2 resources here that will further help you. I have a product description template that I would highly recommend that you follow. I'll pull it up on the screen here in a second so that you can just follow it. You can pause the screen, and when you're writing out your product description, you can just follow it to a T. And then I'll show you a quick example of a finished store as well. So this is the product description template. It's really a step-by-step. This makes writing product descriptions really easy, by the way. And of course, we've tested this out. I found plenty of winning products using this exact template, so we know that it works. It's super easy to build. You have no excuse to not use this. I'll kind of scroll down a little bit so that you guys can pause and follow along. I will also scroll down here and show you this example of a finished product description for a product that I tested out a while ago. And it's all broken down in the steps. So you can see step 1 is 2 sentences. So you can see here, I got a couple sentences. Step 2 is a GIF or an image showing what the product does, and so on and so forth. The next one is a example of a finished store, which I'll show you. This is sleepy-dreams.com. This is just an example website that I built for a challenge I did a little bit ago. But you can see the logo is custom to the specific product, and the domain is also custom. The homepage, very easy to do, very simple. This is just debut theme, no overthinking. This homepage literally took me 5 minutes to build. It was super duper simple, and that's the point that I want to drive home here. I don't want you to build a Walmart style website where you have to do all these crazy graphics and all that bullshit. We're just doing a homepage and a product page. And we'll go over all the specific things that you need to have on your website in the quality control section of this video as well. But the product page is just a basic Shopify product page. We're not doing any fancy apps. We just have, reviews on the bottom, and we're also using a currency converter, which is actually required by the TikTok ad policy. And then of course we have our legal pages in the footer. Super simple. A website like this shouldn't take you longer than an hour to build, if I'm being completely honest with you. Take your time on your first one, but after you do it once and you understand the process, super easy to just swap out all the information for each product. So one thing that I want to add on is, depending on when you're watching this video, the TikTok ad policies might have changed. So just make sure that you're following the TikTok ad policies, because the last thing that I want to happen to you during this challenge, you launch your product in Series 3 and then get banned instantly. Could happen either way, but I just want to make sure that you're actually following the policies to a T, so that it has the highest chance of not happening. So let's run through the final quality check to make sure that everything is running properly and you have everything set up good. So number 1 thing, have over 20 reviews on your product page. Number 2 thing, have your currency converter set to United States and Canada. And another thing, make sure that it's automated. Make sure that it switches based on the IP address so that they don't have to manually do it. This is part of TikTok ads policy. It is not a preference. Another thing, make sure that you don't forget your legal pages in footer, and I would highly recommend just double check all of this once your store is done and all this. Just go through this list, make sure that you have it all. Follow the product description template. Like I said, you have no excuse not to. And then obviously verify that your pricing and your margins meet the criteria, which of course is a 50% margin and selling between $20 and $60. So congratulations, you have made it through Series 2. Let me give you your homework. Let me tell you exactly what you need to do before moving on to Series number 3. Number 1 is have 1 to 3 creatives ready for at least your first product. Like I said, you don't have to do it for all 3 of your products right now, at least 1 of them. And one thing I want to note is that if you can get 3 creatives for a single product, it'll massively increase your chances of finding a winning product. We just split tested this. I've been talking about this on my YouTube channel, so maybe you already know it, but I did want to say that the more creatives that you can find, the better. Up to 3. You don't really need more than 3. Number 2, finish your store to its entirety and make sure that you run through the quality control. Make sure that you're following all the rules and standards that I set out for my stores. Make sure that everything is built correctly and you have all the things set up good. Number 3 is I need you to create your TikTok ad account. This is something that I'm not going to be showing you how to do in this series, sadly. It's just not worth my time, and there's tons of YouTube videos that are already out there that can just show you how to do this. And honestly, if you just go to, business for TikTok, you can figure it out. It's not that difficult, but I do need you to do it before moving on to the next part of this training. So that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys are getting a ton of value out of this so far. If you are, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe so that you're notified when part 3 drops. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, as I do try to upload quite frequently, and I try to value pack my videos as much as possible. Hope you're excited for series number 3. This is where things are going to start to get interesting. We're going to launch the ads, we're going to analyze them, and hopefully you guys are going to be able to walk away with this with a winning product. At the very minimum, you're going to walk away with this going through my process and learning the exact strategy that we use to find new winning products every single day on TikTok. But super excited for this. Happy I'm here. Happy I'm making these videos for you guys, and I will see you in series 3. This is Brewer, and I'm out. Peace.